Hey there, welcome to the Drive Home Show for Thursday, September 28th. I did not do a Drive Home Show yesterday on Christina's birthday. I didn't have a birthday edition of the Drive Home Show yesterday. We're back on the air on the road. Oh, we got a warm air coming through the vents. Gotta turn that down. What are we looking at today? It's 74 degrees outside. It is mostly cloudy, patches of blue sky, but the sun is not shining through the clouds at this time. It's 4:11 on the car time, which is 4:06 real time. On the way home today, the grounds crew mowed the lawn at the Hartford building. Here's my beef with the grounds crew. I didn't do this today, but a previous day when they mowed the lawn, I pulled a blade of grass from the ground, pulled it out, and seriously, not joking, the blade of grass was like 6 inches long. How many of you cut your grass and it's still 6 inches long after you cut it? I don't think they really cut. They might cut like an inch off or something like that, but what they mostly do is just bend it to lay down, and then they have that go different directions, one way then a different direction the other way, and it makes a nice looking stripe on the grass. It looks like a manicured lawn or whatever, but it's really not even cut. It's not cut that much at all. I'm trying to merge in on the freeway here with some morons and not letting me in. Good thing I have some get up and go in the engine there to let these people know who's boss here. All right, we're merged on. We're going to see what the construction zone looks like today. Notice all week long they've been, well, firstly, they moved the lanes in the correct spot. For those of you who don't take that route, or listeners who are tuning in on a later date, they moved the, excuse me for yawning, excuse me, the eastbound traffic moved over to the westbound side so they could repave the concrete, and that's pretty much been the case all summer. Just a week or so ago, they moved the eastbound lane back to the right side of the freeway, but still the lane that they had created was still there, blocked off by big cement barriers. So this week they've been removing the cement barriers, and we're expecting to have 3 lanes going back, but they're not. So far it has not been so, and I noticed that they kind of blocked off an area at the end and the beginning of either side of the construction zone so they could, I guess, repave the center. So that might just cause it to be delayed another month, because they've got the cement dividers blocking a lane, and I'm afraid they're not going to open, even though it's a small part of the actual construction zone. I think they might keep the whole lane blocked for the entire space, which would not be cool. We'll see. We'll find out. I know it's hard to describe verbally without being able to see it. Bang! So today, I went and got my hairs cut. All of them. That's a funny Brian Regan joke. He talks about, we're saying that wrong when you say like a haircut, or I love what you've done with your hair. We're saying it wrong. It should be, I love what you've done with your hairs. Unless the actual person has only one strand of hair and they just kind of wrapped it around several times around their head. I love what you've done with your one single hair. I say I got my hair cut, I say I get my hair's cut. And that's not the only person who's been doing that. So after I got my hair's cut, I went over to the PetSmart pet store next to the haircut place, and I got it's a rubber chew toy for Tori. It's like the hardest rubber you can get because Tori demolishes things with his teeth. I got him when he first was a puppy, we brought him home. I got him a little blue stuffed animal with a squeaky toy in it, you know, that's, and I'm not kidding, he tore that open, tore that stuffed animal open, pulled out the squeaky toy in a matter of one day. Then later I got him like a tough toy. It's like a yellow duck. It was only $3 from Walmart. It was tougher material, sewn better, had a rope, had a squeaky toy in the middle. So he played with that for a long time, eventually tore it open. But they also had a blue duck, and I've never seen a blue duck. Quite frankly, I've always wanted to see one. So after he tore the yellow one, took that away from him, gave him the blue one. And then I got an orange duck. It's all the same. Tore open the blue duck much faster than the yellow duck. Then he tore open the orange duck almost immediately. So he holds it down with his paws and bites into it and rips. So he's not out to just play constructively. He's out to totally destroy. And then we got him Paulita got him a set of 3 bones for chewing. One you could actually eat. One is for like teeth cleaning, and one is like just for chewing. Well, he chewed the one that's for chewing. He chewed it, broke pieces off, and started eating it. What, about a half hour? He ate the one that's edible, and then the one that was for teeth cleaning, he tore that up and broke pieces off of it immediately. So he can't have them anymore. Tennis balls, he's fine with tennis balls until he starts tearing the fur off of them. We got him, well, it's a dryer ball. I call it my spiky ball. It's a little orange ball with plastic rubber, I don't know, with spikes on it. It's meant to be put in the dryer to keep static cling away. And that's the only one he hasn't destroyed. Well, then there was the actual chewing bone with the meat flavor on it. He has not demolished that yet, although he's tried. He's gnawed it to the point of being unrecognizable, but he hasn't gotten anything off of it. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, the wheel. There's an old caster wheel for a file cabinet that we've had for many, many years. The wheel came off at the file cabinet. We just prop it up with a phone book or whatever. He chews that wheel. And that's actually been one of his best chew toys. He hasn't demolished that, although he's come close. And I haven't seen it for a while, so might have lost it. Well, anyway, we'll see how he does with this rubber, the thing that I bought him today. The cool thing about this toy is you put a treat inside of it. So he spent a lot of time trying to get the treat out. I'm not sure how it works, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't know if you put the whole treat inside. I don't know if you have it sticking out a little bit. But we'll see how he does with it, if he can get the treat out. And the idea behind this one is we're going to affix it to the kennel cage that we've got him, so that he will spend time in the kennel trying to get the treat out. Once he gets used to being inside there, it'll be a pleasant experience and not a negative experience for him. I don't know if you're new to the show. Well, actually, I've never said it on the show, so might as well say it now. We first got him. We're going to put him in a kennel at night and while we're gone, and he screams bloody murder. It's just nothing like you've ever seen before. He cries and he screams, and if you leave him home alone, you figure, he'll eventually stop. But he like grabs, we put a blanket over the top to simulate, okay, it's dark, it's time to go to sleep. Pulls the blanket all the way in, tries to escape. He goes into a frenzy, a panic. It's like you can't deal with it. So we don't put him in there. One time, he actually pooped inside the cage, somehow escaped and got poop all over the place. Yeah, so the kenneling idea has been nixed, but we're trying to reintroduce him to it, make it more a pleasant experience for him. Here we are at the construction spot. You see they've got this barrier up here at Rice Street. It ends right before the exit ramp from Rice Street, but we've got the orange cones. That's interesting. They've taken off the yellow line on the road itself, signifying that's the leftmost lane. They've still got the orange cones keeping you out, but they have taken up the yellow line, so maybe they're getting ready to open these lanes up for everyone. We'll see. Right now, we can't get in it. We've got to slow down. The traffic slow down. It's 4:25 and 72 degrees. The Twins clinched the playoff spot by losing. They backed into the playoffs. They won the last final wild card spot by the only team that was still alive was the Anaheim Angels of Los Angeles. And the Angels lost. The Twins lost their game too. Because the Angels lost, that eliminated them. So the Twins backed in to the playoffs, and they celebrated with champagne. And personally, I have a problem with that. It's good to celebrate with your teammates, and you made it to the playoffs, but you made it to the very last playoff spot. You're like the worst of the playoffs, and you didn't win it by winning the game. You backed into it, and then you're going to celebrate with champagne and wreck the clubhouse, wreck the opposing team's locker rooms. I don't think that should be allowed. I don't like how teams celebrate and then the next day they're hungover and they can't play, whatever. I remember the 2002 Twins? No. It was a 2000 era Twins team that they won the... Oh, it was the 2006. Yes, I think it was the 2006 Twins who had to play a game 163 against the Detroit Tigers to go to the playoffs, or actually to win the division. And they won it, but then they celebrated with champagne, and they had to start the playoffs the next day. So they're celebrating with champagne, and they're getting drunk and hungover or whatever. They got the ball game to play, and they played horrible. They got beat handily, and I don't think that should happen, in my personal opinion. It's like you haven't won anything yet. Get ready for the game. What's more important? Celebrating a conference pennant or going all the way to the World Series. That's my 2 cents worth. Hey, there's some construction vehicles in this lane that's been opened, like sweepers, and I guess they're trying to get it all cleaned up and stuff. HR puffing stuff. So, I don't know. Hopefully it'll be open. Tomorrow would be nice, but even Monday would be great. Alright, that sounds like a good... Well, I can't really stop the drive home show because I'm driving and I need to focus on the road. So you're stuck with me for the remainder of the ride. Okay, they're done with this part here. They put some grass. They laid some grass seed down. So yeah, that lane should be opened up pretty soon. We'll have 3 lanes to go and no more traffic slowdowns. HR puffing stuff. There you go, when things get rough. HR puffing stuff. You can't do it because you can't do enough. You know what's one thing I've been wondering about? A lot of these people with these British accents, when they say like some word with it's got like a TH, like the word thing, when they pronounce it like a F. They say like a thing. And it's like everybody does it that speaks that accent. Even like there's a show called like Super Nanny or something like that. I hate when trucks like try to bully their way up. They like speed up on you and then like intimidate the people to try to like move over for it because they want to go speeding all that and right that. I'm not intimidated by it. I actually don't. I won't let them pass. So I'm going like 70 miles an hour. That's plenty fast. It's like the speed limit is 60. And they're going like 80 or 90, and I'm like, that's not even going to be allowed. See now, if you look at it, this guy's like stopped. He's stopping in the traffic, and I'm going right past him. So what good did that do you? You know, it's just like, what's up with that? And see my beeping because I stopped too quick. I think I'm gonna have to get off the freeway because we've got a way big traffic slowdown here. And it's like way back here on Long Lake Road, and we're going almost come to a complete stop. There's a car that looks like mine, my old car. It's like it's all beat up and dented, and like it's called a Chevy Malibu Max, and it's a grey, same color as mine, but don't have that car anymore. I've got the Honda Accord. I think we're gonna get off on Silver Lake Road. So yeah, the Twins lost 4-2 yesterday. Today they pitched Urban Santana. He pitched 5 shutout innings, and then they took him out. They brought in Hildenberger. I don't even know what his first name is. We'll call him Brandon Hildenberger. I don't know his first name. And he gave up 2 runs, and then they brought in Busenowitz. He gave up 2 runs. Then they brought in Taylor Rogers. I don't know if he gave up a run, but somehow they scored another run to make it was 5-0, and then it was a 2-run triple. Can't drive on the shoulder, you idiot. Now the traffic is lightened up, but I'm still getting off Silver Lake Road. So Mitch Garver or something like that, Garvey, he hits a 2-run triple in the 9th to make it 5-2, but we still lost. So we lost 2 in a row. I just hope we don't fall apart. We're gonna lose anyway. The radio guys are talking about, oh yeah, we made the playoffs, we're a good team, we're a good team. We made the playoffs. Where's that car that was driving up on the shoulder? Oh, he must have turned in the parking lot. Yeah, they were like, yeah, we're a good team. We made the playoffs. We're on the bandwagon now. They're talking like the Twins are going to do something. I hope they do, but in my honest opinion, they're going to lose to the Yankees. They just got swept 3 games playing the Yankees. On the bright side, like I told my coworker Billy, I can't do it. Like I told him today, the bright side is we only have to win 1 game when you eliminate them. You never know. We could get 3 runs on an error or something, and that could be the difference. You just never know. So, but then, say we get past the Yankees, then we're gonna have to play Boston or Cleveland or Houston. Well, probably will be Cleveland because they have the best record. So then we got to just turn around and play Cleveland, and who just beat us 2 out of 3. But maybe if they have some kind of rule about you can't play the team in your own division, then we got to play Houston or Boston. I don't know. It's still possible that the Yankees could win the division, and then we play Boston. Excuse me. We play Boston for the wild card. We're at Mississippi and Silver Lake Road. This was part of my old running path. This come up here down Mississippi here by the old car wash. And like right here where I'm pointing, that was one of my checkpoints. My last checkpoint before the finish line. I wonder like how much, not much from that checkpoint to the finish line. It's probably not more than a minute. I wish I could have that spreadsheet. I could see that graph. It wasn't all that far the whole run anyway, 2.2 miles. That's not very far. Yesterday I ran 2 miles just for my, pre-10K warm-up run. Resting today, resting tomorrow, and running it Saturday. Although tomorrow I am doing the weight strength training for the legs. I will be doing that. And I do depending on when I get to the gym, because I'm supposed to be there at 6 a.m. Don't always get there at 6 a.m. If I do get there at 6, I do the Stairmaster for 10 minutes, say from 6 to 6:10. And then I do the leg machines from 6:20 to 6:30. Here's all the things that I do. I do like the leg one where you do this, but it's called like the leg extension. So like the weight is against your ankles and you lift your legs up. No, that one is called leg curls. I don't know why. Maybe I'm right the first time. When your legs are at your ankles and you lift your legs up and you lift the weight. I do like 115 pounds on that now. Then there's the opposite way where your legs are up in the air behind your ankles and you push down. That should be called the leg curls because you're like curling your legs. Then I do squats on a machine what has weights on your shoulders, and I do 280 pounds on those, and you squat down to a position where you're squatting, and each time you get so far down it click 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 click, it's kind of like a ratchet, clicks into place, and then when you go up, then you're adding the weight, and then you have to press a handle to release it. So I do 3 sets of 10 squats on that, on 280 pounds. Then I do step-ups, stepping up a high step, and I've got holding weights on like these straps. So it's adding like 45 pounds to your weight as you step up. So that's mainly all that I do. And then I'll probably maybe do a lumbar back support exercise. I think that's about it. This car is hot. Let's keep the sunroof open. That might add some extra noise in the background. This feels like it's a boring drive home show. We didn't have any like guest stars or I don't know. Pretty boring today. It's 4:43 on the car clock. 72 degrees. We've gone 181.4 miles since last fill up. That leaves just under 200. No, actually over 200 before we got to fill up again, because I fill up at 400. Bang! Now we're at the traffic light where both my blue van and Paulina's Kia Optima died. This was the spot of car death. My blue van was dying. I was driving home on a freezing cold day from working at night. It was 6 in the morning-ish. On the freeway, the car started overheating. There's an ambulance going by. I was just trying to get home. You know, I had been filling up the antifreeze to keep the car from overheating, but it was overheating, and it was going ding 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 ding, making all kinds of noise. The alternator light came on. I just tried to get home. I was on the freeway, and I thought I better get off the freeway. I don't want to be stuck on the freeway, so I drove this way. I got to this spot. I had to stop at the red light, and the engine died. Boom, and I could not start it up again. I pushed the car backwards. This was 9 below temperatures here. Pushed the car backwards into this left turn lane, because I was one lane over from the left turn lane. Pushed it to the very back. I put my hazards on. Walked home, called AAA. Had them come tow it. I was going to tow it to the house. And they said they would call when they're on the way, so I could meet him there. Well, they never called. So I called him back, found out that as they got here, the police were towing it. So they didn't bother to call me or do anything. They just left. And had they called me, I could have maybe been there to tell the police. I got AAA coming, so forth and so forth. But no, they just let him take my car. All right, just we're home now. We did not go to the store. Oh, the window's wide open. Must be hot in the house. All right, thanks for listening to the Drive Home Show. Keep your feet in the ground and keep reaching for the stars.